Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Palo Lingue. Benvenuti nella giungla dei graffiti. Questo è Impostore, Rockstar. We working on the podcast. So, right now, the prompt was if you're a writer, say, I'm finally over you without saying it. How do you say I'm finally over you without saying it? So, I was going to go through some of these on the wonderful world of threads. I was like, yo, this one. I was like, yo, I'm seeing a lot and it's good, and I want to. Bruh, we're gonna let them do what they gotta do. That's a truck sounding like that. Not a motorcycle, not a fast car. Regular old Ford F-150, Ram Raptor, whatever. All right, so one more time. In English, Italian. Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Benvenuti nella giungla dei graffiti. This is the fake rockstar chat show. Questo è Impostore, Rockstar. We be working on a podcast. Sweet podcast, sweet Gihareh. I'm your chief, Gihareh. Sono il tuo capo, Gihareh. All right. So, again, the prompt is say I'm over you. It's for the writers, for the poets, those type of creatives. Say, if you're a writer, say I'm over you without saying it. Oh, without saying I'm over you, say I'm over you. So we got a couple. Let's do this. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Matter of fact, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to this one. No, yeah, this one right here. This one right here. You see that? Out the pen. Kind of eats, not gonna lie. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. Let's get into it. I tried to, whatchamacallit? I tried to have it at a decent size so that I could read it. And does the order matter? Let's just get into it, bro. Let's get into it, bro. Let's do this. All right. So, again, the prompt, the OP, the original post was not overpowered, but it was, if you're a writer, how do you say, I'm finally over you without saying it? So, first one. Y'all see the 777? Let's just go with it. Just go with it, whatever that means. When I saw her number appear on my phone, I noticed something was missing. That flutter in my tummy, that tingle in my spine, and the embarrassing need to empty my cup of self-respect into someone else's chalice. You can't pour from an empty cup. Wind that back, wind that back. That part right there. The embarrassing need to empty my cup of self-respect into someone else's chalice. That's a cup, for those who don't know. For a fleeting moment of empty validation, seeking validation outside of yourself for somebody else. You sacrifice that. We just warming up. That was the first one. That was the first one, y'all. The next one. You ever had to mourn somebody that's still alive? Okay, let's get into it. I was mourning who I thought you were when I suddenly remember, who the fuck am I? Let's keep it pushing. Now, this one kind of, I like what she said. I like where she was going with this. She said she got a new tattoo, the one on her hip, because he would never see it. And she thought about having a part of herself that he'll never touch. Woo! Based on a true story. Damn! She said she got a tattoo on her hip because he would never see it. She thought about having a part of herself that he would never touch. I can kind of relate to that because I got one, and I can kind of relate to that. But as a man, I could be like, yeah, there's a part of me that you'll never see. Like when you saw me, you didn't know I had a tattoo. Now it's going forward, the new one, these other ones, when they see me, they're gonna know me with the tattoo. They're gonna be able to kiss me on my tattoo. That's how August I seen this song. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into it, bro. Next one. What's next? Okay, let's look. We cooking. So she on her, oh, this is a perfect opportunity. The shameless plug. Let me put my poetry in here. What'd she say? A micro poem. It's a short little poem she wrote a few years ago. You aren't a person anymore. Okay? You are a concept. Realizing that made me feel much more free. You're a concept. You're not even a person. We'll let that sit. That was her little shameless plug of a poem that she put in there. All right, next one. When someone speaks your name, I can't recall your face or the sound of your voice or the reason I once loved you. It's the past tense on it. Like, I don't love you no more. I don't even know why I did at that point. You bringing up something you bringing up an old story that I don't even remember. I don't know what you sound like. I can't recall what you look like. The prompt, the original post is, say I'm over you without saying it. This one different. She said, I don't hear your voice narrating my story anymore. That's different. I was like, okay, we eating. She kind of eats, not gonna lie. So we did this one. We got a couple more. It's the pen. Hold on. Oh, somebody in the chat. Let's in the chat. Let me see it. The narration one is the best one. Hold on. It's more. Hold on. You can't let that one sit. We're gonna come back to this. All right, we got somebody in the chat. Caller number 9. What? Let's see here. My existence is expiring with their presence. And upon your absence, my soul's expiration date seems to keep expanding. My life was disturbed with your, I think it's supposed to be your intentions, but in your absence, I found fresh tides. Let it marinate. Let's get back to it. All right. Nothing but pure heat in these comments. Now, this one is a little science behind that one. They say the body renews itself every 7 years. They love that number 7. How many colors in the rainbow? This, and the third, They say the body renews itself every 7 years. Today, not a single cell in me remembers you. A little science to that. The echo of you has gone quiet in me. Living rent free. Next one. This one's a little darker. I no longer swim in the river where I almost drowned. Whoa, hey, hold on. Cause this one is this is the one that you can't heal where you got broke at, right? That you be trying to heal in the same place that you got hurt. Just let it marinate. I no longer swim in a river where I almost sometimes it's the situation that's setting, you gotta get away. You can swim, just not upstream. Go along with the flow. All right, we got 2 more. We got 2 more to get to. Let's see. Next one. I'm back to the peace I felt before I knew you. That's what you got to study, right? Having peace before this person came into your life. It's like, when you got here, stuff seemed really just unsettled. Something in my spirit just is rattled. I'm back to the peace I felt before I knew you. Yeah, have you ever had to find the peace that you had before somebody came into your life? Have you ever had to be like, bro, I knew peace. I know what that was. Because I know it ain't what you hear. And you have to go find that again? It might be corny, but the storm has calmed. You see what I'm saying? It's like a hurricane came through. It's like, whoa. Being in the eye of the storm, in the midst of the storm. But you know what they say? Sometimes a storm comes through, it clears a whole bunch of stuff out just so that stuff can be rebuilt better. Let's keep going. But the first time in a long time, I forgot to remember what you broke. Yeah, they don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about the things that people break. And we can say that literally, and we can say that we can say that literally and metaphorically. But the first time in a long time, I forgot what you broke. We don't want to talk about the things that you broke around the house. A broken heart, we don't want to, metaphorically, they can break your heart. You can think about that for a long time, or you can think about the things that they broke in your house. There's a lot of things that they can break. Don't let them break your spirit. For the first time in a long time, I forgot what you broke. Hold on, they cooking, hold on. Nothing but pure heat, fire from the pen. Now this one, I had to think about this one, but I just liked it and just whatchamacallit. Hope to go to the grave, not knowing if you're already in yours. That's a long time of whatchamacallit. That's a long time to be carrying around some type of pain. But yeah, I would hope that you yeah. Let's see, the next one. I no longer measure time by your absence. There is space. Nah, this one, it was this part. I no longer measure time by your absence. There is space now. There's room for laughter, room to breathe, room for me, room for my happiness. There's room here. You were suffocating me. You took the life out the room. You took the energy away. There is space for me to laugh, love, be happy, and be free. There's room for me. Since I left you, I found the world so new. You start to explore. All right, this is the last one. This one was a different type of joint, the first one. She said she reads all the old messages and they sound like somebody else's story. Kinda eats, not gonna lie. I read our old messages and they sound like somebody else's story. That is for real, like detachment, dissociation. Like, don't even whatchamacallit. I don't even associate with. Who is this? That was me saying who to what? Don't even sound like my story. Next one. Took a second glance to recognize you. Not because your face had changed, because I stopped seeking it. Now this one ain't got nothing to do with none of that. But I just thought it was funny. I'm not sure where it's from. But that's one. This is what I be saying, like, when I be saying certain stuff, I don't know where it's from, but I done seen that a couple times. All right, just to recap, one more time. This not gonna show the whole prompt. The prompt was, if you're a writer, right, I'm over you without saying it. One more time from the top. When I saw her number appear on my phone, I noticed something was missing. That flutter in my tummy, that tingle in my spine, the embarrassing need to empty my cup of self-respect into someone else's chalice for a fleeting moment of empty validation. It was that back part on that one. I was mourning who I thought you were when I suddenly remembered who I am. I got a tattoo on my neck because I knew you would never see it. And I thought about having a part of me that you'll never touch. How can you relate? Somehow, some way. You're not a person anymore. You're a concept. Realizing on that made me feel much more free. When someone speaks your name, I can't recall your face or the sound of your voice or the reason I once loved you. That's something that you actually got to say. Why did I even in the first place? I don't hear your voice narrating my story anymore. The day, they say the body renews itself every 7 years. Today, not a single cell in me remembers you. The echo of you has gone quiet in me. I no longer swim in the river where I almost... I'm back to the peace I felt before I knew you. For the first time in a long time, I forgot to remember what you broke. I'm gonna skip over that one, but I no longer measure time by your absence. There is space, not room for laughter, room to breathe, room for me. I know it. I know. Reading the old messages and they sound like somebody else's story. I don't recognize you no more. Not because your face changed, but because I stopped looking for it. What we gonna title this? Kinda East, not gonna lie. Kinda East, not gonna lie. Matter of fact, I want your friend. I'm allowed to switch.